So in this video, you're about to discover the capture features, and all you need to do in order to navigate to the capture features is hover over this little cogwheel icon right there, click on it, and then click on dashboard. This redirects you to the dashboard of your page, and then on the left, the little magnet icon, and as I hover over this little icon, you can already see it says capture. Now if I click on this, it actually reveals up to 7 options, namely send to messenger, checkbox plugin, customer chat, messenger code, post engagement, M.link library, and the JSON generator. Now, respectively, these are the capture features we got going on inside Clever Messenger, and in this short little video, you're going to discover just a little bit on what each and every feature entails. Now, Messenger will allow your chatbot to send messages to a person only if they start the conversation first. So these features are something you actually get access to next to the people actually messaging your page. That actually makes them a Messenger subscriber too. However, these options right here, as you can see right here on your screen, will help you generate more subscribers. So to help drive this conversation, to help drive that initial engagement, we offer multiple entry points, and that is the send to messenger, for example, or the checkbox plugin, for example. And this allows people to become a subscriber. So without further ado, let's just jump in right away with the send to messenger button and overlays. And as you can see, I've already created a few. And now this would be a good moment to tell you that almost each and every capture feature starts with a table so that you have a nice overview of each and every, in this case, send to messenger button or overlay, which is pretty neat. Now, as you can see in the table, it actually shows their name, and you can apply a certain set of actions right here. You can actually add it, rename the capture tool, duplicate it, or delete it. Now, for this general overview video, I'm just going to create a new one and quickly take you through. So let me just say docs demo. Just to make it easy, hit enter, and it redirects us to this page right here, and it already gives us a choice. The bar is pre-selected. However, if you would like to do something else, you can simply click on any of the types we got going on right now. Currently, at the time I'm recording this video for you, we got the bar, the slide in. As you can see, it slides in from the right there, but you can also specify it to come from a different position. And we got the model window, which actually shows the entire widget in a window, the takeover, which takes over the entire page, and the embeddable, which actually is only the button, which you can embed anywhere on any page as well. Now, if we go to the settings right here, let me just take the slide in for an example, as these has the most options. Each and everything actually works the same, and you can easily switch between each and every widget as well. So imagine that you set up a slide in widget containing a send to messenger button, and you would like to change it to a model window. Then you simply can by going to the type again and selecting model window, and all of the remaining options, the options you've previously filled out, are still in effect, which is pretty great and allows you to make quick changes on the fly, which is cool. Now let's say that we are going with the slide in. Let me then just navigate to the next page right here, which is settings, or I should say next tab. And this is where you can configure all the good stuff in terms of how your overlay widget needs to perform. For example, we have a display setting. Do you want to display it immediately on exit intent when a certain element is clicked, when it's scrolled, when it's scrolled to a certain element, when a certain percentage is scrolled, or simply trigger the widget after a number of seconds? Then what should happen after a person closed the widget and all that good stuff, as well as displaying the widget on mobile and desktop, or choose to just show it on desktop or mobile. Pretty cool stuff. And you can add text to the mix as well as custom fields. And on the documentation pages for this specific feature, you can read more about that as well. You can actually take a look right here. This is the looks tab, and this is where you can actually decide where you want the widget to slide in. You can change the colors, the button size. As you can see, it will become a little bit bigger right there. You can actually change the color right here to white as well. Again, these are Facebook colors. This is something we need to adhere. So that's what you're bound to, and we got a bunch of text on the button we can actually choose as well. And then you can specify what needs to happen after they click that send to messenger button. Do you want to update the widget with a thank you message, or if you simply want to lead them to a different page, you can as well. Then you simply put in a URL into this little form right there, and people will get redirected to the page you specify after they click on the send to messenger button. Do note that they will never see that updated widget then. I prefer the update widget, which makes it just look very, very cool. You can actually add images as well. So as you can see right here. And then once you're satisfied with your widget, you click on save. You get a little code right there and you add that as per the instructions right here. Pretty cool stuff. So let me just navigate right here. Now, what's cool is that the checkbox and customer chat work in a similar fashion. Let me just create new right here and call this docs demo as well, just to make it easier. And as you can see, the only thing that actually is different is the preview right here on the right. And this is the Checkbox plugin, but everything else right here kinda looks the same. The only thing that is added right here is the form inputs, and we removed obviously the delayed option because it's a bit redundant. You don't need it with a checkbox. As you can see, you can actually play with the size of the checkbox here as well. You can specify what needs to happen after they clicked on the checkbox and clicked on the button it was tied to. Like for example, the flow that needs to be sent out after the checkbox is ticked. This is actually also an option with the send to messenger button. Once they actually clicked on that button or checked the checkbox, you can actually specify which message needs to go out to them after they basically became a subscriber. And it works in a similar way. Let's just save it. Gives me a little error right there. Let me just put in ID here. You need to specify the name or the ID attribute of the button you actually want to tie it to. This way, Messenger knows which button to track, which is kind of important for this setup. Let me just save right here. This has two code snippets, one to actually call the script and one to actually know where to place the checkbox. Ideally, you want to have the checkbox placed under the button you're going to tie it to. This is good UX and good UX practice. Moving on right here with the customer chat. And again, as you can see, it is a similar setup. Again, the table, docs demo right there. Let me just continue. And as you can see right here, this thing actually pops up, which is cool. This is the customer chat window. You can actually specify or change the language right here. You can do this with the Checkbox plugin and the send to messenger button as well. But let's leave it at English as well. You can add text, URL parameters. You can add display options, those display options again. And if we go to the looks tab right here, we can change the color, we can change the greeting message, and we can choose the flow to send after submission, which is basically the flow again. You specify right here that they see after they click continue as their self button. Hope that makes sense. So again, if you're satisfied, then you simply click on save. You see the little green toaster image right there saying which it was saved, and you have that same script again you can actually add. Now what's cool to mention is that we are one of the only platforms that allow you to have multiple widgets. That is a customer chat widget, a Checkbox plugin, and a send to messenger button, and actually a multitude of those as well, all on the same page, and they work all in unison together, which is really, really cool. If you take a look at our competitors, it's not at all possible. So they only allow you to add one widget per page, which is kind of ludicrous. Anyways, this is what I wanted to mention for those really cool widgets right here, the send to messenger overlays and the embeddable button, the Checkbox plugin, which allows you to add a little checkbox under your buttons, which is very cool if you want to have a seamless way of integrating in your marketing. And then of course we have the customer chat, which allows you to add a live chat to your pages, which is awesome. Now then we have the messenger code. Again, similar setup. Say docs demo again. And previously Messenger actually had their own QR code, which was pretty cool, but in their effort to make the Messenger app more lighter and faster, they actually decided to discontinue the Messenger code. However, we thought this was such a cool process that we decided to create our own QR code generator and replace the Messenger code with our own QR code technology. So what's cool is that if you actually scan this code or any code you actually generate for that matter, you can actually choose the flow. Let's for instance go with the welcome message. I can actually specify the amount of pixels right there. Let's say 1,000. and then once I click on generate code, it actually generates the QR code. And if people actually scan that code, they immediately get redirected to the flow of your choice, in this case the welcome message on their phone, which is very, very amazing to see. And this is a very, very good way to get people from the offline world, meaning the real world, into your own little digital place, right? So that's pretty amazing. So that's the messenger code. Moving on, we got post engagement, one of my favorite features probably. Again, starting with a table, docs demo. There we go. And this actually pulls all the posts I got on the page. And I now can easily click the post I want to specify or add these settings to. I can actually choose all posts as well, but I don't want to do that. And by creating this entire setup, for example, if I want to require a like or a love reaction, I can do that as well. Exclude comments, or I can choose to specify a trigger that only goes out when it actually matches the keyword I actually put in right here. So that's what it actually does. It sends a private reply to anyone who posts a reaction, a reply or comment, or a reply to a comment on your Facebook fan page post, which is a very, very neat way of generating Messenger subscribers. Do note that, and this is a very, very important thing I need to add to this video, and you really need to know that people don't become a subscriber after you send the private reply in this case, right? So how this works, a person actually replies to your fan page post. They will get a private reply from your chatbot, and only if they reply to that initial message that was sent by your chatbot, only then they become a subscriber. So that's something to remember when you are going to add post engagement to the mix as well. Pretty cool stuff. Here's some setup, like this is the private reply you can actually send. You can actually choose when the private reply goes out and what the flow is that will be sent after they send a reply to your initial message. Hope that makes sense. A very, very cool feature. A lot of people in our community love this feature. Two more to go. We got the M.link library, which is a pretty easy way for me to explain, to be honest. Each and every flow you create and each and every message you create will have their own unique M.me link. And an M.me link is basically, in essence, a link that is tied to a message on Facebook, and clicking on that M.me link makes people become a subscriber. Now, if they are not a subscriber yet, they will first obviously see the Get Started button, but they will skip the welcome message that is tied to that Get Started button. Instead, they will receive the message that is tied to that specific M.me link. Hope that makes sense. Again, these are very, very nifty links. You can actually paste them everywhere inside your emails, also on your web pages, on your website, everywhere. I mean, this is a very, very cool way of getting people subscribed to your Messenger chatbot. This is the library, which basically gives you a cool little overview. Then finally, but not least, you can obviously run ads to your Facebook Messenger chatbot. And even though we give you all the tools already on the Flow Composer that allow you to set up something quickly for your ads, this JSON generator is a very, very nifty tool as well. As a matter of fact, Facebook Ads allows you to set up a JSON message you can construct on your own. They actually allow you to string together up to 5 messages you've created with a chatbot software. So for instance, if I were to include like 5 messages right here, I can do so, and it will actually set up the JSON in such a way that it's structured in the order of clicking. So I click these one after the other. So it should start with the welcome message text card 1. So if I click on generate JSON code right now, this is the actual message they will receive. Obviously, this is not making a lot of sense to set with an ad, but I guess you get the point. You can actually view the entire JSON code right here, and you can copy it right here by clicking on that button. Now, what's good is that you can actually use this in your Facebook Ads Manager, and you don't have to create the entire flow in the Facebook Ad Manager, and you can actually make it very easy for yourself to start sending messages with Facebook ads as well, which is awesome. Now, that's basically it. This was very, very rushed, but they should give you an initial overview of the capture features. We do recommend to go through each and every feature and just play around with it and actually add it to your website if that's applicable, and if you have a website, so you can really feel how this works for you and your clients, right? So that's awesome. That is basically the capture features in a nutshell.